What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I got another fragrance that the perfume box was kind enough to send my way. I've been checking out a lot of stuff from the house of Dumont, and now we're moving into the Celerios line. And this was recommended by some viewers to check out first, so I went ahead and checked out Oros, which is, surprisingly, the fourth installment from the brand that smells like Aventus. But the difference here is this one smells very much like Aventus more than the others. The quality comes across a little bit better, and honestly, I think it's the best of the four. So we're going to talk about it. Stay tuned. So I have the notes on screen for you guys. As you can see, it is not the same note breakdown as Aventus, though it shares some similarities, but you got things like lavender, lily of the valley, elemi, and cedarwood, which is pretty glaring differences. But when you spray this one, you're met with a bunch of apple and black currant. Very familiar, loads of black currant. And even though there's nothing in the notes that dictates a smokiness, it could just be the way the oak moss cedar black currant combo gives it to me, but I get some smokiness here. I get that smoky Aventus tie-in. And a nice woodsy tone, nice musk, and there's a light sweetness that I get as it starts to dry down that I can't really, outside of some fruity notes, really pinpoint, because I could have swore there was a little bit of like vanilla. I don't know if it's the elemi or what, but a little bit of like a soft vanilla sweetness as it dries. Could just be my skin, I don't know. But I would say this is every bit of in the realm of like 85% like Aventus's profile. It's not the same, just like none of the other ones. The three nitro fragrances, black, intense, and platinum, none of them are straight up Aventus. They're all a twist, and here it's a twist, but I would say it's a closer representation than the others. But at the same time, like I stated in the intro, this one has, I believe, the best quality smell of the bunch. I don't know, I doubt they're using different oils here, but it just smells of higher quality to me versus the other four. I think this is the best one of the bunch, where if you want a fruity, spicy twist, you go with Nitro Platinum. If you want a dark, smoky leather twist, which magnificent, go with Nitro Intense. Nitro Black, I think, doesn't come up to snuff with the rest of them. Whereas if that was the only one I smelled, sure, it's a good offering, but it's not better than the other two Nitro fragrances that smell like Aventus, and it can't hold a candle to this one. It dwarfs it greatly. This is much better. The bottle quality here, the build of this bottle is superior to all of the Nitro bottles, which I like the Nitro bottles a lot, I really do. But this is superior. This is hefty. This feels like something to be proud of. This is something you don't want to drop on your barefoot. You probably break a bone in your foot or crack a toe. But this is a hefty quality build, really good atomizer. The oil quality here smells pretty good. The scent profile is extremely familiar, but not quite exactly what it smells extremely familiar to. So across the board, I think it smells really good. Performance, this stuff's a real monster. This I find to have even better longevity than the Nitro fragrances, because the first time I sprayed this one, the next day it was still on my hand and it was not a faint skin scent. I had sprayed it in the evening when I first opened it, and that was around probably the 8 o'clock in the evening mark, whereas, 8, 9 o'clock the next morning, it was still coming decently off of my skin. It wasn't a faint skin scent. So it's a 12 plus hour fragrance in longevity, easily. And then as far as the projection, it's on the heavy side, as all of these Dumont fragrances seem to be. This is on the heavier side. I would call it moderate to heavy, bordering heavy. I mean, if you spray this one a lot, it's going to fill a room easily, but projection on this one's a solid 2 hours. And then the sillage here, it's in the moderate side, where it's not overwhelming. I don't really go super nose blind to it, but I get a little bit of olfactive fatigue. But I'm never in a position where I don't smell myself when I make certain movements. So my sillage is always very present. So my nose doesn't wear down very quickly to it. I would call it in the moderate range. So across the board, yet another one from Dumont. They don't make weak fragrances. This is a beast. Final thoughts on Celerio Oros. I would say, as I kind of, riffed at a little bit in the beginning, of the four that smell like Aventus in some form or fashion from Dumont, this is the best of the bunch. This is a 9 out of 10. This is the outstanding one of the crowd. If I was to rank them, it's this one, then I would probably say Platinum, then Intense, then Black pulling up the caboose. It's the least desirable of the bunch because this one does everything Nitro Black does, but better. far superior, I think, across the board in every category. It's a little bit stronger. It smells a little bit higher quality. It smells a little bit closer. It's better. And then the other ones are bigger twists, where you get spicy and fruity, smoky and leathery. Depends on your taste and your style, but it sounds weird to have 4 fragrances that kind of smell like one, with little twists to make them kind of their own avenue of these profiles. But what that does do is offer variety. So anybody that prefers this type, I like stronger woody smells to Aventus, or I like more of a leathery feel, or I would like fruitier. They actually have something to suit most people's taste. So it may sound weird to have that many, but kind of works out for the variety factor of it. But yeah, to me, 9 out of 10, it's their best one that smells like Aventus. Well, that's my thoughts on Dumont's Celerio Oros. Thank you again, Perfume Box, for sending this my way and allowing me the opportunity to test and review this for my audience. I sure appreciate that. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. Seems like there's a lot of people that enjoy this that have been in my live chat and my comments, because the reason I even started with this one, because I have all 3 of the Celerio fragrances. I still have Elysium and Epic to go through next, but this is the one people were asking me to do first, because seems like it's already got its nice little crowd of people that enjoy it. And I can see why. I can definitely see why. In a world that's overrun with fragrances that smell like Aventus, this one's up there. I put this one up there with fragrances like Club de Nuit Intense Man Limited Edition Parfum, my favorite. Supremacy Not Only Intense, my second favorite. Infini Absolute from Cadlage, that's my number 3. Like, this is up in that top 5 of all the affordable options I have that smell like Aventus. This is in my top 5. And until next time, we'll see if you get your hands on Celerio Oros and you give it a spray now. You might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.